Today is going to be a gear review on a helmet that I just bought. For a long time I've been riding with a Lazer Genesis helmet, which I absolutely loved. I've worn it probably for a good 5 years, and with that amount of time it got a couple of bumps, a couple of cracks, and it just wasn't a safe helmet to ride anymore. If you can see right there, there's a crack. If you start seeing anything like that on your helmet, it is no longer safe. As much as I would have loved to keep riding with this helmet, it just wasn't going to do its job if I did take a fall or take a hit. Also right here you can see there's a big dent in the side of it. Anytime you see any damage like that, it's time to get rid of it and get a new helmet. This helmet, when I bought it, was about 125 bucks. I got it at Eric's, and I think it was on sale, but it was a great helmet for a lot of years. Definitely got my money's worth out of it. Still online, I just looked them up. If you want to get a new one on Amazon, it's 146 bucks. So these are still really good helmets. They don't come with MIPS, which is something that I upgraded to with my next helmet. But the helmet that I went with was this Oakley ARO3. I ordered this off of Amazon, and I actually ordered a different color, and this is what came. I ordered it was like a red top and a black bottom. This one has the black top and the red bottom, which this is actually the red shift. I put my Skull and Bones sticker on the back there. So that's not something that comes on the helmet, but the thing that I like about it is this O is reflective, Oakley is reflective, and this is reflective. It's not the most visible helmet because it's black. A lot of the times I like to have a helmet that has some white on it because that shows up really good when you're out and you notice cyclists riding. If they have a white helmet on, I feel like they're a lot more visible. A black helmet kind of blends in a little bit, but with this one having the red around it, it might be okay. And especially at night with all this reflective, I think that helps. But anyway, I'm going to try these helmets on and kind of show you a difference in the sizing. The Lazer that I have is a large, and I ordered an extra large Oakley because I didn't know how it was going to fit, and I kind of have a big melon, so I figured to go with the largest size that they make. And you know, if it was too big, I'd send it back, but normally I could tighten it down and it'd probably be fine. But there is a difference in the sizing, so I'm just gonna try those on right now. So this is the Lazer. It had kind of a barrel adjuster right here for the different sizing. It's kind of the same sort of BOA system. I'm not sure if they called this BOA at the time, but this BOA system has a metal cable that goes around your head and tightens around your head to make the fit snug on your head. So this one, slide on like this, clip it, and you got a nice solid snug fit. You can see it kind of turns a little bit, but not a whole lot. And then you just tighten this down, and that brings in the sides and the back and makes it a nice snug fit around your head. This one fits nice and snug and flush, and it's kind of a low sitting helmet. That's what I'm used to. This is super comfortable. The only thing that I've ever noticed with this is if I go on a long ride or something, I'll end up with kind of a pressure point, like a little red dot on my forehead when I take it off. Now we'll move on to the Oakley helmet. As you can see, the Oakley is a little bit bigger. It sticks out farther from my head. and it's taller. But I think that's a lot to do with the ventilation. This bike helmet is designed a lot for airflow, and I'm not really a fan of the aesthetics of this helmet as much as I thought I would be, but it works. I mean, I think with it being a higher sitting helmet, it's definitely going to have a lot more airflow going straight through. You can see back here, you can probably see my hand behind it. So there's going to be a lot of air going through this one and flying. But another great thing about the Oakley helmet that the Lazer doesn't have is it's got these handy little spots right here designed so you can put your sunglasses in there. On the Lazer, I've done this before, and a lot of times you end up having a lot of it'll kind of hang out in front and bob all over the place, where with this one it's designed, you know, specifically for Oakley sunglasses, and I'm sure any other kind of sunglass that you have, to just slip right in there and live there pretty happily. It's not going to come out or fly out. So I mean, if you're fogging up, something's happening on the road, and you don't want to have your sunglasses on, it's getting dark outside and you don't want to have them, you can stow them up here in the little slots and not have to worry about them falling out. Something that I've noticed about the Oakley helmet that it's comfortable. The straps are really slippery, so they're kind of almost like silk, but the chin strap tends to loosen up. Not necessarily when you're riding, but when you put it on, sometimes you can feel the strap slip. So I'm going to have to kind of tinker around with that and find a way to keep the helmet fitting the same way every time I put it on. I'm definitely sure there's a way to do it. I've dealt with this sort of thing before, and I know I can make it work. But anyway, so another thing about this helmet is instead of having the cable, it's got a string. It's the BOA system, but instead of that metal cable, you have this black string, which they say is supposed to make it easier and more compatible with your sunglasses, but I really don't see how the difference of a cable versus a strap, or a cable versus a string, is any different. They still take up the same amount of space, but it is softer. Another thing this one has that the other one didn't, which is a real upgrade, is the MIPS interior. It is designed to spin. So if you have this helmet on and you get into an accident, the MIPS will allow your helmet to rotate on your head a bit. So it keeps your head from jerking too much when you hit the ground, which is supposed to help guard you against brain injuries when it comes to a fall. When I put this one on, I have it all the way opened up to get it on over the hat. This is an extra large Oakley versus my large Lazer. And yeah, so it's a little more snug. It's a little more round. From front to back, it seems to be a little bit smaller than the large. So if you wear like an extra large Lazer helmet, this, you know, extra large isn't probably going to fit you unless you have a different shaped head than I do, which you might. So yeah, there's my gear review on the Oakley ARO3 helmet. I have some other helmets that I'm going to review. I also have reviews on the bikes that I own. Those are already done and up on my page. Check out Gravel Bike Pirate for anything else you might want to know about me and my bikes and that stuff. And if you have any suggestions or ideas of videos that you want me to cover, any questions about the bikes, feel free to comment. on them, and I will get back to you. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.